and charming in the hood. I've been tapping into memory, been misunderstood. I've been vibing, I've been minding, I've been riding crash conscious. Even kinda big, now I'm slightly obnoxious. In a loop with a zoo, every day I'm a loose, selfish on my terms. Cause I've been given, been kind, been silly, been blind. Now I'm tired of what you say, what you got for me. Life's a game of numbers, so obviously I roll the dice, play nice, fly high, starry-eyed, worldwide dreaming. Find the life meaning, believing in anything that keeps my soul feeling. My freedom's extreme, and I need this knowledge, yeah, I water life feeding. The universe connection and the weed help me feel it. In my body, in my soul, explore the unknown, the unknown, the unknown. Round we go, but never really find a place to even call home. And every day researching, digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I don't wanna go home. It's like round we go. I never really find a place to even call home. And every day researching, digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I don't wanna go home. I need a minute, I'm tripping, I'm missing, I'm flipping. I need a minute, I know I'm distant. My freedom's in it, my dreams are in it. My conscience, my seeds are in it. The journey, I see no limit. Spirit, science, that's your physical shit. I need a hit, it's not in lit. It's a shame, it's not legit. It's just way too hard to get. How they regulate this shit? It's some illuminated shit. Round we go. And never really find a place to breathe and call home. And every day researching, digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I don't wanna go home. It's like round we go. I never really find a place to breathe and call home. And every day researching, digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I don't wanna go home. I need a minute, I'm tripping, I'm missing when I'm flipping. I need a minute, I know I'm distant. My freedom's in it, my dreams are in it. My conscience, my seeds are in it. The journey, I see no limit. Spirit, science, that's your physical shit. I need a hit, it's not in lit. It's a shame, it's not legit. It's just way too hard to get. How they regulate this shit? It's some illuminated shit. Round we go. And never really find a place to read and call home. And every day researching, digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I wanna go home. It's like round we go. I never really find a place to read and call home. And every day researching, digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I wanna go home. I need a minute, I'm tripping, I'm missing. I need a minute, I know I'm distant. My freedom's in it, my
Alright, can we get a mic check signal, please? I think we are live, we are good. What's happening to my tribe? What's up, tribe? I hope you are doing really good this weekend. You know, I was in two minds whether to even float on right about now, I'm not gonna lie. I saw shout out to Squirrel Sniper. It was actually your message that kind of made me think, you know what, let me just quickly jump on anyway. Again, we're not going to go through all of what I want to go through, but we are going to double up one of my, you know, preset, pre-planned transmissions. We'll basically put the Israel Adesanya, we'll couple that, we'll put it together in the, what's the other one I got? Sasha Johnson, right? So we'll put that together in that. Not to say we may not speak about, you know, certain stuff, because it's, you know, it's all racism, right? All these stories. From knife crime to BLM activist Sasha Johnson to Israel Adesanya, who lost last night. And funny, this morning, because I was going to do a video last night, but I was like, long. And then, hold on, let me get rid of this banner. But yeah, and then this morning, couldn't help but notice in the news, and it said about Drake made a bet on Izzy, on Israel Adesanya. I said, I'll give you a break. Because yesterday I was looking at, and I wasn't thinking, it's going to go for Izzy to win, but I thought to myself, if Izzy wins, My man's going to be 21-3. However, it was looking on the, when you look on how many they've won, drawn, or lost, or whatever. So I saw, right, if Izzy wins, is that going to be a 2-1-3? So I'm thinking, huh. Oh, no, sorry, if he wins. No, hold up. I think it was for if Izzy wins, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, then this morning, you get the 2-1-3 coming in anyway, even though it wasn't the 2-1-3. Although I think I've got a 2-1-3 on the date duration, but my point is, for those that's not up to speed, basically, because you've got the 4-base ciphers, so my point is, it chains along anyway, even without the 2-1-3, because we've got a 42 situation coming in from Drake's birthday. And we know Drake curse, or the Drake curse, equals 42. So that gave me a chuckle. But yeah, we might have a date span duration on one of the dates. Also, from Israel Adesanya's birthday, you've got, 3 weeks, 6 days, or 27 days alternative span. And we know racism equals 36 and 27. Also, the fight took place today, right? Australia time. It took place today. Was it the 18th over there still? Because I know that they're ahead, right? 18 hours. Then over here it was 4 in the morning. But anyway, if I'm not mistaken, when the fight took place, just like over here in the UK, the time zone was still in the same bit, yeah? And today is the 18th, Israel Adesanya. So not only was it we got race and racism 27. It's 27 days from Israel Adesanya's birthday to the fight. Alternative span 3 weeks, 6 days. Racism equals 36. But anyway, today's the 18th. Race also equals 18. Remember, we just recently covered the Leeds situation, and of course, Nicola Wilcox. If you notice that I just changed the tone range type of my voice, I'm trying to remember, because I'm so used to doing it, but now I'm trying to break it so it's not as much. So basically, you hear my normal voice, that's how it would normally sound, rather than it's just a slight few octaves up when I'm like talking and I'm, doing my thing. Because you're doing a transmission or whatever. So yeah, I need to be mindful of that. So I'm like, tone it off a little bit more. You know what I mean? I think people are so used to that tone, they don't even realize actually when I'm actually talking, like I sound like this, rather than, it's a tiny bit turned up a notch, you know what I mean? On the octave style and the tone. But anyway, yeah, so, not hard to tell why the Israel Adesanya fight took place today, excuse me. Give me 1 second here. Shoot, don't want to do that. Hold up. Let me just, oh shoot. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Quickly pop that up. We gotta say no to the bullshit bulletins. Yeah, the firing guns on all cylinders. So yeah, just be mindful, right? What was that channel? First time I've seen it. And only peaky, maybe, I don't know. Very quickly, mind, but say just a couple times a year, not more than 10 times, on channels that report on like Speaker's Corner, you know what I mean? Because for the most part, that's just designed just to have that pure chasing your tail via the people, for the most part, that are there, right? Not saying you can't get some gems and breadcrumbs, but I'm saying, who's there today? Nation of Islam, Give me a break. Nation of Islam. And the one that's heading it doing the talking, he's been about doing it for ages. And I'm saying to myself, and I even put in the comments on the channel, what's the name of the channel? Was it Street Mike? One word, MIC, so Street Mike live stream? I think it was something like that. I was just asking questions, putting a couple of dub plates from what we do over here as well, just quickly. And I think it was my last message, I said, wasn't Elijah Muhammad a Freddy Krueger? Like African Bombata? If I'm not mistaken, I mean, correct me, like, I'm sure that's been quite a big thing. Is not Elijah Muhammad a Freddy Krueger? Or was a Freddy Krueger? Like, is this character even still alive? Like, man, I'm gonna have to get a rain check on that. I know he was pretty old when he was. See? If I didn't say it already, I think I did. Oh yeah, I did. Basically, it was about the heads up with the thumbnail, but it doesn't mean always that I'm gonna do that transmission. But it doesn't mean that it's not gonna get spoke about in another transmission, and it might not even be in the title. So if you miss stuff or whatever, or you think I haven't put it out, more than likely I did put it out, but you just didn't. And sometimes it might be in the title, but you have to actually look in the description. So do you know what? Let me just be ready because sometimes this thing's a bit crazy. Give me one moment. We're gonna watch a quick video. Or should I save and wait? What's the point? We'll see. If somebody comes, then we may watch it. But you know what? We'll just watch it. Get it out of the way, then it's done. Let me get my. Alright, bam. Yeah, let me just get my notes up. Just settling in quickly. Still. Right, what is that one? Okay. So I'm just noting what tabs are open and screen windows and all that jazz. And again, if anything, I will briefly go over because I know I'm going to be going over the Sasha stuff. As I say, I'll retouch or go in even more with the Israel Adesanya stuff. As I say, if you're up to speed, and for the most part, you know where it's going to be going, right? Hold up here. What am I up to? Again, shout out to everybody. Hope you're doing good. This here weekend, of course, today is the 18th of August 2024. Just give me 1 second here. Just amazing. And another thing I was thinking about, and point is that same case in point, right? Basically, you would think that regardless if they've got some type of bickeringness that I'm not aware of between them, you'd think that Zach would at least give a shout out. And I'm not saying he hasn't done it in other places that obviously I'm unaware of, but still, you know, YouTube's still a platform, right? It's a big platform. It's not like it's, you know, one of the lesser ones that you don't use, you know. Just getting my notes up for what's it called. You know what, we'll quickly watch the video and quickly come back to what I was just saying. Basically, you would think, well, I did actually say it, didn't I? You would think that he would, so I'm just over checking, making sure I'm, you know, all clear, basically. But yeah, not to harp on about it, you would just think though, right? And that's my point, that case in point. Even doing the simplest move with something obviously so big and it's an environment, like how do you not share that? Does he need to be a member on your channel? You know that joke I made for myself the other day? Like, can you see comments? Do I have to be a member for you to see comments? Why are you so sometime-ish? And as I say, there are times where people just need to, like, you know, get over yourself with certain stuff and, you know, do whatever the case may be. And on this type of occasion or situation, it's not hard to share the information, regardless if it's from somebody else that you may not like. Doesn't mean that always, or, you know, however much what they're saying all the time is not valid. Again, I'm not saying nothing towards Cody, whether he's unvalid or not. I'm just saying, like, fucking hell, clearly that passes what he put out, right? Concerning monkeypox and the Golden Gate Bridge, and even Joseph with what he was coming with as well. I need to rewatch it. To be fair, I haven't even watched it all from what I watched the other day. I'll watch it after the stream. Or do you know what? I may do some downloads for it, right? Or screen records and then just, you know, watch it also over here. Of course, I'll do the whole thing, but StreamYard's a bit crazy. So. Right, I think you got my notes ready now. I'll quickly watch the video for the Galway stabbing, right? Ireland, that took place the other day. And alright, let's see what they're saying. Of course, fair use.
And we have an update for you on that stabbing in Ireland. Irish police have confirmed they are investigating a potential terrorist link to the attack on the army chaplain at a barracks in Galway. That's after the army chaplain was stabbed multiple times last night. Police confirmed that the man is in his 50s. He received a number of stab wounds and he's been taken to hospital in Galway. A teenage boy was restrained by members of the Defence Force outside Renmore Army Barracks before armed police responded and arrested arrested him at about 10:45 p.m. Police say the scene remains sealed off as investigations continue. The victim's injuries are serious, but they're not thought to be life-threatening. And that victim has been named this morning. He's Chaplain Paul Murphy, and he's released a statement. He said, "Friends, thank you for your prayers, love and concern. Sorry that I can't reply to all messages and take all the calls coming my way. I'm doing okay, just awaiting surgery. All will be well."
We're going to return to that breaking story that Irish police are now investigating a potential terrorist link to an attack on an army chaplain at a barracks in Galway. Going to return to that breaking story that Irish police are now investigating a potential terrorist link to an attack on an army chaplain at a barracks in Galway.
Well, let's get more with our Home and Security editor, Mark White. A terrorist link, that changes things.
Yes, it does. There had been reports that were circulating unconfirmed on social media that reported that this young man, teenager that was arrested after this stabbing and during the stabbing was muttering words about the Middle East and about potentially Irish military involvement there. We didn't report that. We didn't have any information to corroborate that at the time, but now that seems perhaps to be a bit more credible with the confirmation coming through from the police in Ireland that they are now looking into a potential terrorist motivation for this attack. It happened at 10:45 last night as Father Paul Murphy was at the main entrance to Renmore Barracks to a potential terrorist motivation for this attack. It happened at 10:45 last night as Father Paul Murphy was at the main entrance to Renmore Barracks in County Galway when he was attacked at the entrance. Luckily, because it's an army barracks and it's at the main entrance, there were army personnel on guard duty that were able to respond quickly. They fired, we're told, 5 shots, warning shots, before then wrestling this youth to the ground and handcuffing him before the guard eye got there.
I mean, Mark, this comes at a time of heightened tension in the Republic of Ireland. It's the kind of thing that a lot of people will be saying, you know, the Irish government especially will be saying that let's not, you know, let's get the facts on the ground before we actually, you know, kick off about something like this, which is a horrible thing to have happened, but to establish the facts out of fear of there being the kind of things that we've seen break out in this country.
No, there is huge sensitivity in the Irish Republic at the moment because of what is happening in terms of mass migration, in particular the number of asylum seekers that are being accommodated right across the Republic. That has led to very significant tensions, protests and even violence with people concerned in their local communities about what they see as a security risk, an uptick in crimes in certain areas, and there will be some real concern about the potential unrest that could be sparked from an incident like this. Now, we don't know anything about the background of the individual, and that will come out in the fullness of time, but I think given that climate, it's probably, I think, a bit surprising that the police in Ireland have come out so quickly to say that they are investigating a terrorist motivation.
Yes, that's very true, actually. We don't often hear any suggestion of motive for rather a long time. And as you say, particularly with the current climate, all the division and tensions that there are in Ireland and to an extent as well here in the United Kingdom. So what we know at the moment, they are just investigating a terror link, and this may be off the back of reports that there was this muttering about the Middle East and about Irish involvement in campaigns over there, presumably.
I think given the sensitivities we've spoken about for the police in Ireland even to come out at this stage and say they're investigating a terrorist motivation probably indicates that there was a fairly clear indication that terrorism may be the root motivation for what happened outside these barracks.
The God, I just thought we've got no choice but to actually release a statement and update the public on what is being investigated.
I think, yeah, I mean, if it's as clear cut as this, just 12 hours or so after the incident itself, for them to add to the statement, it would probably be, you know, the information that they may not really be anything to do with the utterances. We don't know if those comments are actually true, but it may be that a check of who this person is, of this person's links, of what this person may have posted on social media, which all can be done pretty quickly once a person is in custody and their identity obtained. That could tell them really quite quickly that, yeah, this individual, we think, may well be motivated by terrorism. And if that's the case, and there are we hear it all the time about potential mental health issues, which I know annoys so many people, but it is a fact in a lot of live investigations where, you know, you don't get normal people that go off and decide to stab people multiple times. So often there is, you know, issues that are linked to mental health as well. Doesn't mean they haven't been motivated by someone else or some ideology. But in this one, there's no mention from what the police have said in a statement about mental health concerns, just that they're investigating a potential terrorist link.
And nearly everyone has a massive digital footprint now, so yes, as you say, the motive could perhaps be found quite quickly. But Mark White, thank you very much indeed, our Home Security Editor. Thank you very much for that update.
Going to return to that breaking story. Irish police are now investigating a potential terrorist link to an attack on an army chaplain at a barracks in Galway.
Yes, Father Paul Murphy, who's in his 50s, was stabbed multiple times outside Renmore Barracks and was rushed to hospital.
Well, joining us now is former Scotland Yard detective Mike Neville. Mike, thank you very much for joining us. I mean, the protection that's going to have to be ramped up around these barracks is going to be at the focus of the state's view right now, isn't it?
It's truly shocking. I'm a veteran as well, and the cadre is a vital part of any regiment. And we don't see much of this in Ireland. You know, in the Southern Ireland, to see a priest, an army officer stabbed like this. I mean, it's good work by the Garda that they've got a suspect in custody already, but very worrying that they think terrorism may be linked to it.
And what happens when there's a suggestion that terror is involved in something like this? Who gets involved? How is it investigated differently? What happens, essentially?
Well, you can be assured if terrorism is mentioned, you have the highest quality officers involved. And of course, there's international links, so the Garda, the Southern Irish Police, will be linked in with the Northern Irish Police if needed, and also Scotland Yard. And so all sorts of intelligence we've brought in. It depends what kind of terrorism they're speaking about. Of course, when we're in Ireland, we're thinking of the IRA and the Ulster Unionists, but that really has died down. So could it be Islamic terrorism or some other branch? Until we know exactly what it is, but we really can't say what the police will do next.
Mike, with your background, with your history, what do you say to those that are saying, oh, well, we're getting to the point now where in both the Republic and in the United Kingdom, we're going to have to start telling our military to stop wearing their uniform?
It's
outside
really
the barracks, I mean.
Of course, and it's really worrying because we had the colonel stabbed in Medway. We don't know the motives behind that yet. Again, the police successfully arrested a suspect. But this is a really new thing in the south of Ireland that this would happen. It's, you know, we associate terrorism with Ulster, with Northern Ireland. So it is a bad thing because I think people do expect serving personnel veterans, and to stop them wearing uniform, it really does send the wrong message to the community.
All right, let me quickly roll the thing. Projectionists, you know what to do. Thank you.
Turn off the TV, it's way too misleading. Telling them lies until you believe it. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. It don't take a genius to pick up the pieces.
And I'm thinking, as I just had it on the screen before, I'm going to put up the Leicester Square, some of that rolling across the screen there, as a reminder with that. Now remember, soldier equals 44, right? Slasher, like a slasher movie. Slasher 44, soldier 44. Remember, military equals 44 as well. And if you're new here, words like shooting equal 44, gunfire 44. That's what they do, right? Soldiers shoot to kill. Kill equals 44 and execution. But anywho, note that chaplain equals 44. CHAPLAIN. That was the type of, army barrack position, whatever that he was. Give me one moment here. I'm already over here, like. Classic tale, the tale of old. Also note knife man, soldier and chaplain is 44 in the same cipher, reverse reduction. And also reduction, the dark blue, is 37. All the same, perfect overlay. But of course, we're just really tracking the 44s right now, right? Anything up to speed with Southport situation, go and check it out. So it was an army soldier, right? Chaplain, that was his position. Chaplain 44, knife man 44, soldier 44. Also, Paul Murphy equals 52. Stabbing and stabbing equals 52. Terrorist equals 52. Government 52. I mean, how classic is it just instantly? Just like when I mentioned Israel Adesanya, look at the timing of that and all the race stuff that was going on. And today's the 18th, race equals 18. It's 27 days from his last birthday. Race and racism 27. Alternative span 36, because it was 3 weeks and 6 days from Israel Adesanya's last birthday to the fight today on the 18th. Again, racism equals 36, race equals 18. What's today's date? So again, alternative span 27 days from Izzy's birthday. Race and racism and ritual equals 27. A bit more to that with the Drake's curse. I did mention some of it earlier, but be about another 10 minutes. Also, knifing equals, I'm sure knifing equals 119. Mental health will probably come into effect with the other guy as well. The perpetrator that they say that did it. Has this person already said he's quite on the mend or something like that? Did it have that in that video? I was looking away at certain moments, so I might have missed it, but no, he's on the mend. Again, the little girl already released from hospital 4 days later, as we spoke about on the last transmission. So anyway, mental health, welfare 119, 47's in there as well. So those definitely tango tag along with those type of words: welfare, mood swing, mental health. If you're gonna delete yourself, the S word, suicide. Also 119 and 47. Anyway, FR Paul Murphy. I can't remember or have I even seen what the FR's for, but anyway, that was with his name, right? The FR Paul Murphy. Obviously, again to do with his position, soldier or whatever. But anyway, he's got the 59 and 67 in his name. With the equation, what it equates to, with the FR, excuse me. So FR Paul Murphy, 67 and 59. Freemasonry also equates to that. Now, from the silverback gorilla, was that Merseyside? Where was that one again? Was it near Merseyside? I know we lived on Mooring or Moorish Street, right? How the Moors bit was seemingly so looking like it was factoring in with the Islamic stuff and the Moors and, you know, how they're doing their thing. With the Slyops, aka Psyops. And remember, that day was the 23rd of July, which is the, might be because it's a leap year. I can't remember if it's affected. But anyway, the 205th day of the year, of course, mental health equals 205. And if it isn't, and on a normal year, it's 204th day of the year, as of the 23rd of July. If I'm correct, remember, blade equals 24, so it's perfect, right? 204, 205. Also, I'm sure if you write out Thursday, you get 44 as well for another 44. Also, it's 24 days or a span of 23. But anyway, 24 days from the silverback gorilla. Yeah, Moorish Road, whatever it was, Mooring Road, Moorish. Remember, I just said it, blade equals 24. Also, alternative span 3 weeks and 3 days. Army chaplain, 203, drop the 0. Also, you got 68 with that as well. Terror. Also, I forgot to say, as I'm looking at it right now, of course, army equals 24. So it's 24 days between both of these army soldier situations. Yeah, and army equals 24, along with blade, as I already said to you, right? Also, the day in question with Paul Murphy, we just spoke about the 67, right? And Freemasonry 67. This day has a numerology above the life lesson. It has a numerology of 67. Yeah. Right. Do remember Irish, because it's Dublin, Ireland, yeah? Irish equals 45 and 36 and 63. Remember, racism 36 and 63 and 45. Knife equals 45. You see? Also, Dublin 37. Remember, we had the, was it again? Knife man, chaplain, and what was the other one? Shit, what was the other one? Let's just quickly get it. It was soldier. Soldier, knife man, chaplain. Perfect. And now you add Dublin to that as well. So Dublin, knife man, chaplain, and you know, soldier. I remember how that goes with the 44 that we've been following from, you know, with all of you we've been following for how long? It's nothing new. It's just the next episode, damn it. It's nothing but a G thing. Again, Gematria, Gematria, practice decoded numbers into words and phrases. So you understand this, you can see how they bend things in their favor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just keep going through the videos. Right, so last year, hold up. Give me 1 second here. So last year, I put out a video 2 weeks before to say look out for November 23rd, 2023, which had a life lesson of 41, and days remaining is 38, and of course the day numerology will always be the same. 11 and 23 equals 34. So basically, we know knifing obviously has the potential of murder. We know murder equals 34. We know murder, death, kill, cancer, destroy, found dead, collapse, stabbing and stab wound. Words like Masonic equal 38. And again, terror equals 41. Hence the life lesson 11 and 23, 2 and 0. 2 and 3 equals 41. And again, we know the word terror equals 41. So again, I was going through that month, had a couple of, hot spots, or the Gematria meteorologists, precipitation for acid rain, and said, look out for that day. And then lo and behold, just like we've been saying, look out for this day that we're going on about today for Galway Barracks, with Paul Murphy. We said to look out for that. Said to look out for the other one, Leicester Square. Some by default that I didn't actually say or do a calendar thing for, as I've mentioned before, but by default, of course, it would have been circled, right? Even if I forgot to even think about the day, but because I know the rule of thumb, or once you understand what you're looking at, with what days is more having a type of potential to peak and have certain activities. And of course, if you do the date from last year, 2023, and remember there was riots in Ireland as well. Remember I was trying to contact some of these people. Of course, none of them contact you back, or you can't go on their channel and see that they've learned and applied, or do reaction videos while learning, applying, or something, or giving referral in a video and or on a community wall post. It's just crazy, right? I mean, even now, I've literally been here this entire time. Even though, shout out to Squirrel, but as I say, you mean to tell me all these people in all the world, there's not one person in here? That's why I'm glad I didn't set up no videos and record stuff, and in the sense of for the breakdown long. That's why I've opted to do this, because it's easier for me, and first and foremost, I'm just reaffirming certain stuff between me and the universe, god damn it. So it is what it is with all the other stuff, what I was almost about to mention, but there's actually no need. As I say, shout out to those that may pass through or be there in real time. You're always appreciated, especially concerning the ones that are actually on this type of frequency wave band, you know what I mean? So shout out to you, man. Much love as always. So yeah, it's 38 weeks bang on since November 23rd, 2023, with Ireland, the day that leaves the 38 days of the year, and then we just spoke about the 38s. So again, 38 weeks bang on from then to the 15th of August. Again, I'm pretty sure that's one of the Freemasonic, Jesuit, Illuminati establishment of being recognized dates. You know what I mean? One of their birthday dates. There's one or some in May. You've got 15th of April, of course. Jesuits getting recognized, and they got their 27th of September. But yeah. Also, in this year, so that was from last year to this year, right? From 2023, 23rd of November. Huge stabby situation that went on in Ireland. If you haven't been paying attention, and as I already said, there was also riots that went on as well. Same evening. which may or may not have also been coerced from the gang, from via social media and stuff like that, you know, via the Jesuit order, you know, stoke the flames. Easily done. Whether it was done by AI, a post or a group that got started by AI, and you are none the wiser, and tutus, they got you thinking and, you know, playing with your emotional strings like a harp or whatever, you know what I mean? Playing you like a fiddle. So, from the newest Ireland Dublin situation, this time with the soldier, the other time wasn't with a soldier last time. Was it somebody that was, they said the narrative was to do with they was annoyed if they could get their stay or not with immigration, some type of scenario like that, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, 14 weeks and 3 days from the latest Dublin to the old one, but on the annual date. So we're looking at it on this year for November 23rd, 2024, right? So basically the birthday of last year, 2023, with what took place, which was again forecast, like how many other things that have come to pass. So again, 14 weeks and 3 days. Knifing. Sure, knifing equals 43. You remember, stabbing equals 142, just like terrorist. Again, for this occasion, they're saying, oh yeah, terrorist links and blah, blah, blah. And note, I didn't say this before as a reminder, I only said for Irish with the 36, 63, 45 concerning racism, 63, 36, and 45. Ritual equals 45. Knife equals 45. And I didn't say it earlier, but I'll quickly say it now. Island equals 36 and 63 and 45 also. I know I mentioned a 34 earlier. I did forget to say the 34th prime is 139. Freemasonry equals that. 139. And yeah, I think we've kind of gone through it. Yeah, because now I'm on to Sasha, which I'm not going to go over today. Or maybe later, but not in this stream. But of course, doesn't mean that some of this stuff, what we spoke about here, may or may not bleed into, of course, what I'm talking about over there for that stream. Concerning BLM activist Sasha Johnson. If you see, I did put up a new thumbnail. If you see, I've got the chessboard now for the duality, Jesuit order lodges, black and white, you know, black v white, you know, people. So alright, I'm gonna catch you on the rebound. Homeless but love and light hashtag. Don't be a basic beast brainer, and of course, give gracious gratitude, but take no shit. Homeless.